Well, this is one of the more terrifying interviews I will do, and we're not even in the same place. We welcome the Cheetahbear into the Clearwater Cleaning Solutions broadcast studio. Mr. Bear, sir, how are you today?
Pete, it is nice to officially meet you and officially be here on the pod.
Well, it's nice to have you. Thank you very much for doing this today. I guess my first question, the Cheetahbear, obviously things are going very well for you in CanAm Wrestling. You are currently the World Heavyweight Champion. All Cheetahbears blossom from somewhere. So what I guess, for lack of a better term, what dark recesses of a mind presents and brings to life a Cheetahbear?
The Cheetahbear actually originally stemmed from kind of making fun of Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Funny story. If you'll remember a time where Seth Rollins had just turned his back on his brothers and became the Authority's #1 man. He had the Money in the Bank. And meanwhile, you have boring Reigns and Brock Lesnar facing off at WrestleMania. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Seth runs in, cashes in his Money in the Bank, becomes the new WWE champion, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at this point, there's been week after week of Brock Lesnar running after Seth Rollins. And there was one night where I was sitting with some fellow wrestlers. This was early on in my training days, where I see Brock Lesnar run out after Seth Rollins. And for a second, Seth Rollins, you see him kind of look back like, oh, okay, this is just going to happen again. I'm going to run away from Brock Lesnar. And then you see him legitimately look back and be like, oh shit, this man is a super athlete. And I said to the other guys, holy crap, Brock Lesnar's coming after this guy like a goddamn cheetah bear. From there, the name kind of stuck. It kind of fit how I wanted to be in the ring, how I wanted to devour the competition. And I mean, a lot of people make fun of it, but it is very fun to say, and nobody forgets that stupid name.
No, that is accurate. And I will be perfectly honest. When I first heard it, I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. And then you walk out and you see the match. It's like, okay, well, I need to see more of this, though. I need to, like, I want him to come back out here and do that again. For you, when did it like click where the full transformation is complete and the Cheetahbear goes from idea of watching Brock Lesnar scare the bejesus out of someone to, hey, this is working. I got this.
Well, I remember cutting a promo and bringing the name up within the promo, and it kind of latched on. Like, I noticed when people watched it, as soon as I said those words together, they kind of smiled, they kind of chuckled, they kind of paid a little more attention despite how silly it might sound. So I decided to go all in. I changed up my look and my presentation. I mean, the first incarnation of the Cheetahbear looked a little like an Ewok. I'm not going to lie, it wasn't my finest hour, but it evolved. And I remember doing this one show. I believe it was in a place called Onion Lake, which is close to Manville, and that's where peaches come from. In Onion Lake, for some reason, I just started making this sound, just this, whoo, just there was a bunch of little kids in the crowd, and I'd make it and they'd make it back. And suddenly I thought to myself, I got something here. And I haven't stopped making that stupid noise, but man, it brings me such a sense of joy.
Well, and that was something I was going to ask, because that is a big part, and you can see you feed off of the whoos and from the crowd. Just saying that, I feel like you got a little bit more fired up and it got me a little more scared. So as we're going through what the world is going through right now, and it does seem like we're coming out the other side of that, but we've been able to say that 8 times now, with things being a little bit limited. Now that we're starting to open up a little bit, I would imagine the possibilities are endless for not just the amount of whoos that we'll get in a crowd, but for what that can do for the Cheetahbear.
Absolutely. For me personally, I feed off the crowd. I'm a big believer as an athlete, as a competitor, that if you ignore your audience, they'll ignore you. And I'm not about that. Like, they are what kind of give me the drive to hit a little harder, ask AJ Sanchez, run a little faster, and be a little more aggressive. Like, it is all about that energy, man.
Mm-hmm. And we're starting to see more and more of that, especially at the CanAm Arena at the back alley. Next show coming up on March 9th with CanAm Wrestling. Pardon the pun here, I guess, but the hunter has now become the hunted, as you are the heavyweight champion. How does that change things for the Cheetah Bear?
You know what? I am a hunter and I am a trophy hunter. So I got my trophy, and some people say that the wolf at the top of the hill, he gets all the food he wants. He's there. He's fulfilled. He has no need to strive hardest. But when he wants the kill, it's there. And I'm there at the top of the mountain, and I can see who's on my tail. And yeah, I have no fear. Who's coming at me this Wednesday? Like, honestly, like, hold on, let me be a little serious here. Sorry, I was dressing up a little bit. Who do I have this Wednesday? Oh, well, I learned from a certain podcast hosted by yourself, with Mark the Shark DiCarlo, that I'm facing one Tyler Knox.
That is right. I did know that.
He's a previous cruiserweight champion in Pure Power Wrestling based out of Lethbridge. My question is, how the hell did he earn a title shot? Who is he talking to? Legitimately, this is his first match in CanAm Pro Wrestling. How? More importantly, who? Like, in CanAm Pro Wrestling, our junior heavyweights, like Mentalo for some reason, Sean Martins has been in junior heavyweight matches. Even Kevy Chevy at like 300 some pounds. They're way bigger than cruiserweights. So, I mean, this boy's got some work to put in. Mm-hmm. You better start eating, kid.
In terms of the next places you want to go and the next hunts you want to be a part of, well, what again, we just talked about, you're at the top of the mountain, figuratively and literally. In terms of where like, what drives the Cheetah Bear now? What is that?
What drives the Cheetah Bear is more competition. This month alone, I'm going to keep up my title defenses with CanAm Pro Wrestling, but I'm also headed to All-Star Wrestling to compete in their one-night tournament for the Trans-Canada Championship, their top title, a one-night tournament. I'm literally facing opponents for 2 nights in a row for CanAm, taking a red eye, heading to All-Star, kicking ass the whole time, coming back with a big, heavy title, and doing it all again the next week.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Cheetah Bear, this has been a blast to do. Thank you so much for doing this. If people want more of you, and how could they not, where can people find you?
My go-to is Instagram, _Cheetah Bear. Same on the Twitters. You can find my YouTube channel, Cheetah Bear Country, which content will be up soon. And Facebook, Jude Dawkins. Follow CanAm Pro Wrestling. Follow All-Star Pro Wrestling. And you'll find all the good stuff. All the murder, death, and killing. Time to die.
Perfect way to end it. Cheetah Bear, thank you so much for this. Appreciate it.